Kylie Jenner reveals that she regrets getting plastic surgery, which kind of begs the question, how much is too much? And also, what's the appropriate age?
Good question.
So, in an interview with Complex Magazine, Kylie Jenner is talking about how when she was 16, she got lip filler injections, and she denied it for a couple years, and the media would always ask her, did you get plastic surgery? And she's like, no, I just learned how to do my makeup.
Right, she blames it on makeup.
Yes, and now she's saying, I wish I hadn't lied, I wish I was honest.
Wow.
However, I was only 16, so she's saying that, like, she didn't want to look like a bad influence. She didn't want people judging her.
Because we were all judging her.
Yeah. Well, it comes from a place also of insecurity because she said in the magazine, did you read this part where she was saying her first boyfriend, she was kissing him and he was like, Kylie, you're a great kisser, but your lips are really small.
That's heartbreaking.
Every time she would be in talks with another guy after that, she would always feel like all that they were zoning in on was her lips.
Yep.
So then she got one lip injection and then she said it kind of just spiraled out of control after that. She got addicted to them. And she was like, I didn't want to tell the media because I'm 16 years old. They're not going to feel for me. They're not going to be on my side.
She also said like she didn't want people to look at her and say, oh, I need plastic surgery to feel better about myself. She didn't want to send that message.
Well, guys,
which is really mature for a 16-year-old.
It is very
That's what she
mature,
did.
But unfortunately, that is exactly what she did. And I, on the side, I basically spent a lot of time with teen girls and just prepping them for pageants. And there are actually two of the girls that I've trained who are barely maybe 17, 18, and guess what? They're already doing the lip injection thing.
But my problem with this is,
So,
is it even going to look good long term?
Okay, but at the end of the day, you guys, we are influenced by
pop stars
celebrities and pop stars our own age. So like, I'm probably looking at, well, no, who am I looking at? I don't know who. I'm looking at Shakira and I'm like, I want those abs. That's just how we work. We become
sometimes
like,
you and I are older than Kylie, and we'll look at Kylie and be like,
I want to look like her. I want to have her butt. So I think at the end of the day, like, you are a public person, so that's what's going to happen. What you do is going to influence.
Have these procedures because she knows that it's going to inspire other people to do it?
She's free to do as she pleases, and we can all alter our body. We're free to do so, but I definitely think she should have been a little more conscious when she spoke to the media, and I'm glad she apologized and said that, you know, she wished she wouldn't have lied, because I think she should have just been straight up. I mean, you could tell.
But do you know the backlash that she would have gotten being a 16-year-old girl and Kris Jenner allowed her to get? Doesn't matter. That's like not only on her, that's on her mom. Maybe she wanted to come out with this and Kris Jenner was like, you can't do that because that makes me look like a horrible person allowing my 16-year-old daughter to get lip injections.
But she was already allowing her to date Tyga, and they kept this a secret.
Wait, but allowing your 16-year-old to date someone is so different from allowing your 16-year-old to have plastic surgery.
I'm just saying it comes down to the same thing, like, because there were so many speculations, like, are Tyga and Kylie dating? And they denied it until she turned 18.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's when they went public.
Maybe she's more famous because she denied it for so long, and so all the headlines were,
True.
did Kylie get lip injections? If she had just said it from the front, they would have been like, oh, okay, moving on, next story.
She did say that she actually regrets it because reading the headlines was what was killing her, because they were all saying, like, Kylie Jenner's a WHORE and, like, plastic surgery.
She was like, what's that? What does that spell?
Because she was so insecure about her lips anyway, so here she is trying to resolve that with a procedure, and then she's still getting all this attention on her lips, and it was negative attention at the time. So just imagine what that does to your psyche.
Personally, though, I don't know. After she hid it for so many years, I don't know if I would have come clean right now, because she has a lip kit brand, and she's selling like, oh, this lip kit will make your lips look the way my lips look.
But she came clean when she was 17. She actually, in 2015, on an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians,
I remember.
She already admitted that she did get plastics, or temporary, it's considered temporary plastic surgery, these lip fillers. Now she's saying she regrets it, she thinks she did too much, and she regrets lying about it.
So, since you say it's temporary, does that mean after a couple of years it will be gone, like they'll fall out of your lips?
If she doesn't continue to plump them and continue
I think it takes
get
less
injections,
than years.
it will eventually go away.
It depends on the brand, but I think like 6 months to a year and it disappears.
I feel like it would permanently alter your mouth.
Like
correct?
stretches it out, so now you've got
like you have like lip
I
stretch
think it's
marks.
like our vagina. When we give birth, it just goes back.
Oh, it just like
You've given birth?
No, I haven't, but I'm just saying, I've heard, like, you give birth and then it just goes
really
back.
does shrink back up.
So maybe
I mean, I don't know either, but
I don't know
I've heard.
either.
as Kylie Kylie Jenner, who is known for her lips and known for her lip products, is she ever allowed to stop getting lip injections?
Well, I would just want to see
she
her
just
with
goes back to normal
lips. And what's normal? Yes, what's normal? Just
look at this queen.
Like a little
She looks so
closer to
good.
what she originally looked like, because I think she's a beautiful girl and she doesn't really need to just.
I have there's two things with this, okay? One is do what you need to do to make yourself feel confident. I'm all about you doing it for you and only you. But at 16, your body's not finished cooking yet. You never know.
Yes.
Maybe your lips, maybe you're a late lip bloomer. Maybe those are coming in, you know?
Also, we all know part of adolescence and part of the hormones that happen to you at that age is you feel so insecure and so emotional.
Totally.
You probably shouldn't be making these permanent decisions about your body at 16.
Yeah.
I think the rest of us who didn't have the money or those procedures available to us at the time just had to sort of deal with the insecurities and do the hard work of just making yourself feel better organically instead of finding these.
I feel like she also had a lot of pressure to kind of fill the shoes of the Kardashians, because her and Kendall are sort of like the new Kardashians and
people
new
kept
sisters.
pitting them
It would
together.
be hard to be photographed literally every time you leave the house, and the pressure to look good in those photographs would be insane, because not even just for yourself, but if you open the internet, you'd see yourself looking not great everywhere,
And
the
people
rest of the
talking
world
and
is seeing
judging
that.
and critiquing it.
Yes.
You know, you can love Kylie or hate her, but here's two things. One, she is famous not for a sex tape, all right? So she's getting her start, I guess, through everyone else. However, she's turned this insecurity into an empire.
Yeah.
Lips were her biggest insecurity, and now she's making millions of dollars
That
off
is
of a makeup
crazy.
product.
That is a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Honestly, you take your insecurity, you flip it around, you make a business, and now look at her. So she's become very successful.
Hopefully she's happy. I mean, the way we started explaining this story, this is how she felt at 16. She was really insecure about it, and this is what she did about it. What woman on the planet does not identify with having those body issues?
I mean, this kid, the kid that she's talking about that sparked this insecurity, this was middle school. She was kissing this boy in middle school, and he told her that her lips were too small. What gives you the right as a middle school boy? How do you know what big lips look like or feel like?
Are
He's
you
looking at
doing
his
it
sister
to
Kim.
just please guys? I mean, I don't know.
Right.
Because
You
the
do it
guy
for
tells you
you.
have a small butt, then you're gonna go get a big butt. I don't know.
Well, I think when you're that
People
young,
do,
I think
yeah.
when you're that young and you're like, oh my gosh, the person that I value so much doesn't value me because of something that has to do with my appearance. That I think that would stick with you, and then that would be something that
your insecurities will spiral out of control. To anyone, now be a member of the Kardashian Jenner clan and have those things be said about you on headlines where you're considered the, and I'm not saying this, but there were headlines where she was basically the not as beautiful sibling.
I remember that. That was
She
terrible.
used to
Soul-crushing.
she used to be
terrible.
the least popular, and it was all about Kendall. And then somehow she just became.
Sliced it away.
So she
Kylie.
basically fixed the things that society had dictated were wrong with her, which I never thought any of those things were wrong with her. But she gave in to the societal norms of beauty, the bigger lips, the bigger butt, the bigger all these other things, and then it worked. And now look at her. So there's also, I think, a tragic lesson here. She fixed all the things instead of embracing her own genetics, and it did make her more popular, and it did give her an empire. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm conflicted about it.
I think, what if there's going to be kids out there who are like, I don't feel confident in myself and I can't afford plastic surgery, so maybe I'm going to turn to something that's a little more dangerous to make myself feel better. You know, people react to insecurities in all sorts of ways, and she did it in a way that kind of worked out for her.
But it's a little unrealistic for the average family.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work done.
Well, even if it's not realistic for us, say, for somebody that does have the funds to do it, when do you think it's appropriate, and how much plastic surgery is too much?
Miriam
plastic
says,
surgery?
I don't think, and I agree with Miriam's point. I don't think you should make these drastic decisions at a
When
very
you're
young
hormonal.
age.
If you're not allowed to vote, if you're not legally allowed to vote, how are you able to vote on something on your body?
If you need a parental permission slip to get lip fillers, that's a pretty big indicator that maybe you're too young.
Yeah.
And I feel so bad if I'm walking around Beverly Hills and I see these old women that have plastic surgery face because they just couldn't stop after they started. I think it's probably something like a tattoo that once you start, you start obsessing in the mirror, being like, this is wrong with me, this is wrong with me.
It's body
this is wrong with me.
dysmorphia. You look in the mirror and you don't even see your real you anymore. You just see these flaws that are 10 times greater.
But cut to you being plastic 15 years later and being like, whoa, what did I do?
And they're so pretty. Like all the Kardashians and Jenners are beautiful.
Well,
They
even
just
look-
need to just be themselves because Kendall is beautiful.
Take for example Heidi Montag. Do you remember? Like she was so
beautiful.
pretty, and she just really, really went in. And I honestly feel like she did it for attention, obviously, not just to be like, I look
she got
good,
the boobs
but
and the
I feel
nose,
like
right?
And she got
Oh, and the
lips, and her lips
chin.
didn't. At least Kylie Jenner's lips look great. Heidi Montag's lips, it was way more obvious that she had gotten some work done.
I heard a story that Heidi actually walked into a magazine and was like, how many altercations do I need to get to be your cover story?
Oh.
So like, I feel like it got that dark
that's
for
so
her.
sad.
Which
Guys,
is
that's why we have
insane.
Photoshop. If you want to know what you
we
look
have
like.
face too.
That's a whole
big
different story.
butt.
Do
Then
not
just-
change how you look
put some
completely
butt
on
on me,
Photoshop.
please.
because
I don't
that's how
think this
you
is the
you.
solution. It's not
not,
to change
it's
who you
not.
are.
I'm just kidding,
Which
but-
is why, can we please for a second also highlight Kendall Jenner, who I think is a miracle in that family and in the culture of that family. Everyone, including Caitlyn Jenner, for different reasons, they've all gone under the knife in so many different ways. So I really applaud Kendall Jenner for not
Being born with a perfect body,
well,
not needing to change anything.
But you could say that Kylie had a perfect body too, but she wanted to be curvy like her
Right.
sisters. Kendall has embraced the fact that she's got a very skinny frame. She doesn't have those ultra feminine hips and ass and boobs, and she's embraced it, and she's very successful for her look. If she looked like Kylie, she would not be a supermodel.
All right. Well, let's
Sorry, I
let
get it.
you guys decide. Let us know what you think about plastic surgery in general in the comment section below. Also about Kylie and her lip injections. I want to hear it all.
Yeah.
And then you guys, you can keep watching this show just on a different video. Click over to the left to see what is up with Donald Trump and that locker room situation.
And where did the YouTuber Twain disappear to?
Twames.